Hey, yo, and what is up, gang? Thank you once again for joining us here on the channel today. It is Sunday, August the 13th. We are 1 week away from the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. But today we have got breaking news. We have got the scoop on Y2J's recent surprise appearance on SmackDown Live and why he's been nowhere to be found since then. WWE UK Champion Pete Dunn goes down with an injury over this past weekend right here in New York City. And why was the two-time WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair hospitalized earlier today? Is there any reason to worry? We are going to talk about all of that right here and right now on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Woo!
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining us here once again on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV. My name is Nick Nightmare. I am your host as always, and with me is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, as always. And we are here to bring you the news just like we do every time there's something big to talk about. And today there's a couple of big things to talk about. But before we get into all of that, I want to remind you guys, do not forget to hit that notification bell, because tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m. Shop as a razor blade. It's going up, the special episode of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. It will be up there. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, because that'll ruin the surprise. We got a big, huge announcement on there, and you just need to get your eyeballs on it and check it out. Make sure you are here on the channel tomorrow, 12 p.m. The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show special. Be there or be fucking square, and that's up to you whether or not you want to do that. So let's stop with the nonsense and the shenanigans, and let's get to the news. First of all, we're going to talk a little bit about Chris Jericho. Y2J made a brief blip appearance on the radar at a recent at a recent live edition of SmackDown Live, the Blue brand, and we've got the scoop on that. Ever since his surprise return, I'm a little too amped up, and my lips are like moving a little too fast. Maybe I shouldn't have had so many of these before firing up the old camera there, but that's neither here nor there. We are going to clean up this mess I just fucking made here, live on camera. We're going to go with it. Who cares? Because it's taken me, this is about the 5th fucking time I'm trying to record this show. And it's like destiny is trying to make me not record this show. Hang on one second. As we're going to fix this. And we're not going to stop. We're going to go with it. We are live here on camera. And we are going to go with this. We are not going to fucking let anything derail this recording right now. So let's start that over. Ever since his surprise return to SmackDown Live, Chris Jericho has been nowhere to be found in the WWE, and that's because he says it was a one-and-done deal. Jericho explained on his latest episode of Talk is Jericho that he was in Richmond, Virginia on the same night as SmackDown Live to film Season 2 of Southpaw Regional Wrestling and record an interview with Breezango for his podcast, but got talked into doing more. Jericho said, and we quote, "That's actually why I'm here today, was to film that show, Southpaw, and to talk to you guys. Now I've gotten roped into having a match." As for Southpaw Regional Wrestling, Fandango gave a little teaser for Season 2 by saying, "You're going to figure out why Chet is Chet. Why is this guy such a dirtbag? You're going to figure it out." If you guys have not watched Southpaw Regional Wrestling that the WWE put out earlier on this year, it was fucking fantastic. It was one of the greatest things they've ever produced. It is almost a parody of 80s wrestling, or it is a straight up parody. It's not almost. It's a straight up parody of 80s low budget regional wrestling, and it is fucking magical. Absolutely magical. Which begs me the question, not to go off topic, but to why this show is not on the WWE network is a fucking farce. It's ridiculous. it almost makes me want to reconsider even having the network. If not for getting to see every single pay-per-view for just $10 a month, there would really be no reason to watch the network anymore. They're canceling all the original shows. They're canceling all the good shit, like Talking Smack and Unfiltered, and probably not going to get any more Table for Threes or any of the great original stuff that they've been putting on there. And here we have Southpaw Regional Wrestling, something that belongs on the WWE network, and we are not getting it on the network. We are getting it for free to the world on YouTube. And that's been the case more often than not with the WWE. All the good shit is on the WWE's YouTube channel. All the backstage exclusives, after Raw clips, injury updates, all kinds of things, all dedicated to the YouTube channel instead of being fed to the WWE network, where network subscribers who pay money to watch WWE content should be given priority and exclusivity as far as being the first to know any fucking news and rumors and any happenings backstage or title changes or anything like that. But that's not the case. They don't use the network in that capacity, and we're not going to go off on another network rant like I like to do all the time, but that's neither here nor there. You got to get your eyeballs on Southpaw Regional Wrestling Season 2, wherever they decide to show it. If you haven't seen Season 1, search for it on YouTube. It is absolutely worth every minute. It's only like 4 episodes. Each episode, I think, is nowhere even near 10 minutes. I'm not sure. I got to go back and watch it again. All I know is when I finished watching it, I wanted more, and we are going to get more wherever it may be, and I'm going to consume it very, very delightfully because it's fucking great, and I expect it to continue to be great. Coming out of the UK division, WWE United Kingdom champion Pete Dunn was set to compete at a Progress Wrestling event in New York this weekend, specifically Saturday, but it's no longer happening due to injury. Progress owner Jim Smallman posted a video update Saturday morning that stated Pete Dunn would be unable to compete due to an injury he sustained Friday at a Battle Club Pro event. He received 11 stitches to his temple, which is quite a nasty injury. It means he is not medically cleared to perform for us today in New York or tomorrow in Boston. Smallman assured that Dunn would still be appearing at the shows in a non-wrestling capacity and that they will be proceeding forward with the shows mostly as advertised. He explained these things happen. We're going to get around it the best we can. The show will remain pretty much as we advertise them. There might be a little change here or there, but we'll advise you on those changes. Dunn, who is also the Progress champion, was set to face Jack Gallagher for the UK Championship. Unfortunate to see one of my favorite new faces get sidelined with a little bit of an injury. 11 stitches to the temple. I shouldn't call it a little bit of an injury. The temple is a very, very sensitive and dangerous place to get hit, and let's just be grateful that it's not worse than it is. And I don't expect and have not heard any news as to him being out for an extended period of time. Hopefully he will be okay to possibly make an appearance at this weekend's NXT TakeOver Brooklyn show, maybe have a title defense there, but this certainly might put a wrench in all those plans. We will have to see, and we will keep you updated as far as we know when the news surfaces on that situation. And finally today, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, was hospitalized this morning for heart-related issues. However, his representative claimed it was due to routine monitoring on the 14-time heavyweight champion. Sources told us this morning that Ric Flair was taken into an ICU after being admitted by his family, but we were unable to initially verify with his management team. However, a rep for the 68-year-old has now released a statement on social media saying, yes, Rick is checked into a hospital for some routine monitoring. No reason to panic. We would like to thank his fiancée and the incredible hospital staff who are providing the best care. No, we cannot answer any personal questions. Yes, Rick would want you to go out and have a great weekend, Nature Boy style. So the Nate is in the hospital. It is having something to do with his very old heart, which is something not to be taken lightly. So it's just some routine monitoring. Everybody hit up Twitter all, worried. Even the Hulkster chimed in asking what happened to Flair when he saw the news hit the airwaves. And thankfully, it is nothing serious, and we will not have to report any grim news on the two-time Hall of Famer, one of the greatest wrestling heels of all time. The man survived a fucking airplane crash. I do not think he is going to leave this world anytime soon, because if anybody can make death tap out, it would most likely be the Nature Boy Ric Flair. If not him, it's definitely going to be Vince McMahon, because that man does not lose to fucking anybody. We all know that. So, that is going to do it for this very quick news blip, because not really much going on. This is the best news I could find, because nothing really big is going on, and I'm guessing everything's being held back because we are starting the final road to SummerSlam. Tomorrow night will be the go-home show for Raw. Tuesday will be the go-home show for SmackDown. And we will see what the hell they offer up in those. Hopefully they will be better than what we've been getting. As we like to say on this channel, you know it's been shit lately, and we're going to continue to cover the shit and hope that it gets better each and every time. Do you see what I mean when I say I got a hex on me? Do you guys hear all the fucking chaos going on around me? I'm not going to stop this show. No matter what fucking noises or people or music or background noise might happen, spilling my beer is going to happen, and you're going to see it. You're going to experience it with me, because that is the magic of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. That is going to do it, you guys. Sorry for all the background interaction, but hey, life fucking happens, and when you live in an apartment, in and around people, things are going to happen, and you just can't control it, and that's the way it's going to be sometimes. And that's what I have to go through to bring you the news. Thank you so very, very much for joining us. I am Nick Nightmare. This is Blue, the Snowball Microphone, the World Heavyweight Champion, and we are out of here. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Noise and all. Have a good one. Rock and roll. Woo!